You're so gay on here in the early morning. There's not enough light yet outside, so I'm going to read to you from our dining table. Lesson 95. I am one self, united with my Creator. This is our lesson for today. Today's idea accurately describes you as God created you. You are one self, or you are one within yourself and one within Him. Yours is the unity of all creation. Your perfect unity makes change in you impossible. You do not accept this, and you fail to realize it must be so only because you believe that you have changed yourself already. You see yourself as a ridiculous parody on God's creation, weak, vicious, ugly, and sinful, miserable, and beset with pain. Such is your version of yourself, a self divided into many warring parts, separate from God and tenuously held together by its erratic and capricious maker to which you pray. It does not hear your prayers, for it is deaf. It does not see the oneness in you, for it is blind. It does not understand you are the Son of God, for it is senseless and understands nothing. We will attempt today to be aware only of what can hear and what can see and what makes perfect sense. We will again direct our exercises towards reaching your one self, which is united with its Creator. It's patience, or in patience and in hope, we try again today. The use of the first 5 minutes of every waking hour for practicing the idea for the day has special advantages at this stage of learning in which you are at present. It is difficult at this point not to allow your mind to wander. And why do you think it's called the wandering nerve? All our stress that comes from this vagus nerve that goes around your body. So I will pause here to remind you that I am following a Kriya, and if you'd like to know more about it, well then drop a comment and I will see it. Well, that's if somebody isn't playing with my numbers and my statistics, but yesterday I had to validate my identity, so maybe God has just fixed it. So it is difficult at this point not to allow your mind to wander. If it undertakes extended practice, you have surely realized this by now. You have seen the extent of your lack of mental discipline and of your need for mind training. It is necessary that you be aware of this, for it is indeed a hindrance to your advance. Frequent but shorter practice periods have other advantages for you at this time. In addition to recognizing your difficulties with sustained attention, you must also have noticed that unless you are reminded of your purpose frequently, you tend to forget about it for long periods of time. You often fail to remember the short applications of the idea for the day, and you have not yet formed the habit of using the idea as an automatic response to temptation. Structure then is necessary for you at this time, planned to include frequent reminders of your goal and regular attempts to reach it. Remember what it says about this book, which is why I'm reading it again. 2 minds united is all it takes to end what has become holographically insane. Regularity in terms of time is not the ideal requirement for the most beneficial form of practice in salvation. It is advantageous, however, for those whose motivation is inconsistent and who remain heavily defended against learning. We will, therefore, keep to the 5-minute and hour practice periods for a while and urge you to admit as few as possible. Using the first 5 minutes of the hour will be particularly helpful, since it imposes firmer structure. Do not, however, use your lapses from this schedule as an excuse not to return to it again as soon as possible. There may be a temptation to regard the day as lost because you have already failed to do what is required. This should, however, merely be recognized as what it is, a refusal to let your mistake be corrected and an unwillingness to try again. Remember what we're learning in this course. There is no sin. We only make mistakes because Jesus already came. The Holy Spirit is not delayed in teaching by your mistakes. He can only be held back, or he can be held back only by your willingness to let them go. Let us therefore be determined, particularly for the next week or so, to be willing to forgive ourselves for our lapses in diligence. And this is why all of those short and automatic things to change your reality tend to work for the instant you listen and then disappear. It's your mind that needs to be fixed on only just one thing, and that takes the time it takes until it doesn't take any time at all. But remember what we said before, when we're healed, we're not healed alone. And these exercises touch many minds, because in reality, we all are one. So where were we? We were talking about diligence and our failures to follow the instructions for practicing the day's idea. So it's only the first few seconds of every hour, in fact, because if you cannot give 5 minutes, how long does it take to say, I am one self, united with my Creator? I guess you could write it on your hand, place it somewhere where you'll continually see it. And that's why the Holy Spirit's got me doing this and then uploading this. I've been absorbed in every second, nanosecond of every hour of every day in order to put this out to the world, even though it had 0 views on my channel for quite some time. My motivation doesn't come from what others see of me. It comes from what I've understood is truth and how life could really be. So even though my personal 3D reality is taking time to catch up, it will soon be instant, because that's what miracles are. Because remember, in fact, they are already there. The problem and the solution, they are put in exactly the same place. So really, evidence that you've learned, there is a softer smile upon your face. So this tolerance for weakness will enable us to overlook it, rather than to give it power to delay our learning. If we give it power to do this, we are regarding it as strength and are confusing strength and weakness. When you fail to comply with the requirements of this course, you have merely made a mistake. This calls for correction and nothing else. To allow a mistake to continue is to make additional mistakes based on the first and reinforcing it. It is this process that must be laid aside, for it is but another way in which you would defend illusions against the truth. Let all these errors go by recognizing them for what they are. They are attempts to keep you unaware. You are one self, united with your Creator, at one with every aspect of creation, and limitless in power and peace. This is the truth, and nothing else is true. Today, we will affirm this truth again and try to reach the place in you in which there is no doubt and that only this is true. Begin the practice periods today with this assurance, offered to your mind with all the certainty that you can give. I am one self, united with my Creator, at one with every aspect of creation and limitless in power and peace. Then close your eyes and tell yourself again, slowly and thoughtfully, attempting to allow the meaning of these words to sink into your mind, replacing false ideas. I am one self. And here's a little sideline exercise, which is why writing on a clavier, what do you call it? Keyboard has changed a lot. Get a pen and a piece of paper and write that out just 5 times. I am one self. This is maybe why in school children used to write lines. The power of the pen and the power of the word have been diluted into a world which has confused everyone, that is sure. We ought to be more careful about what we watch that comes out of Hollywood. In fact, most stars that are placed in that footpath are not stars at all. They've twisted life for everyone else and abused the Creator's call. No judgment there, just an observation. If we would like to live anew, but as this course will tell you, focus on what's inside and, well, what's true will simply be true. You are one self, united and secure in light and joy and peace. You are God's Son, one self with one Creator and one goal, to bring awareness of this oneness to all minds, that true creation may extend the allness and the unity of God. You are one self, complete and healed and whole, with the power to lift the veil of darkness from the world and let the light in you come through to teach the world the truth about yourself. You are one self, in perfect harmony with all there is and all that there will be. You are one self, so call your power back to thee. Yes, in the past, people might have done their magic and created a different reality, allowed you to think something about yourself, which simply is not true. So tell yourself again and again, even more than once an hour if you like. You are one self, the Holy Son of God, united with your brothers in that self, united with your Father in his will. Feel this one self in you and let it shine away all your illusions and your doubts. This is yourself, the Son of God himself, sinless as its creator, with his strength within you and his love forever yours. You are one self, and it is given you to feel this self within you and to cast all your illusions out of the one mind that is this self, the holy truth in you. I wish you could smell this lavender. With the warmth that's coming in the window, it's letting off a beautiful smell to lift and allow yourself to glow. Do not forget today, we need your help, your little part in bringing happiness to all the world, because the world is not happy unless every one of us is. Understand that, and you are healed. And heaven looks to you in confidence that you will try today. Share then its surety, for it is yours. And be vigilant. Do not forget today. Throughout the day, do not forget your goal. Repeat today's idea as frequently as possible, and understand each time you do so, someone hears the voice of hope, the stirring of the truth within his mind, the gentle rustling of the wings of peace. Your own acknowledgement. You are one self, united with your Father, is a call to all the world to be at one with you. To everyone you meet today, be sure to give the promise of today's idea and tell him this: you are one self with me, united with our Creator in this self. I honor you because of what I am and what he is, who loves us both as one. So there we go, lesson 95. If you simply join us today, start with these first 5 minutes each hour and then continue on. There's no need to go back to the first lessons. Start wherever the lesson finds you. If we are one mind, we're in this together. Can you start to understand my solution? My solution to the n'importe quoi, which is spreading through the world. And wow, look at these little flowers that have come out on my hanging hearts. So let's create this world anew and bring back happiness to everyone. Happy am I, healthy am I, holy am I, ought to be each country's anthem. And it was 1919 as I said that. Goodbye and have a lovely day. And I will post my practice periods simply for you to see.